Hi guys, welcome to another video art club tutorial. Today we're going to be doing some sewing, sorry parents, and we're going to try to attempt to do something similar to this, like a flower, using magazine typefaces, some thread, and it's done on very thin kind of copy paper. So these are some examples I've done, and I'm going to show you a basic one, and you can do your own adjustments to make your own kind of pictures. These are just variations on a theme. So what we'll need to have, I'll just put those to one side. It's, as I said, A4 sheet copy paper, thin. I've actually divided it into two. I've got another very thin type of paper, just a slightly different shade, which you can, it doesn't really matter if you have it, you don't have that. Magazine, of which I have gone through the magazine, or magazines, a few times and cut out different coloured types on different types on different coloured paper inside. So I've got some yellows, some blacks, I think some greens in here, and some oranges, blues there. Then you'll need some scissors. You'll need to have a needle and thread. So if you have at home just your regular thread, your regular needle, ask mum or dad to kind of thread it up and put a knot in the end. If you have, as an alternative, there's some embroidery thread, which is a thicker needle. You probably need just about that length on there. And pencil, be handy, set the scissors. Oh, glue. Now, I've got two types of glue. It doesn't really matter which one you use. I'm going to go ahead with a Pritt stick, but that glue's just as good, PVA. And just a towel or something soft that we're going to be putting some needles through the paper to mark the other side, which I'll explain. And then, like last week, as soon as you've done the project, really lovely is if you ask your mum or dad to send your work to me, and I can put it on, I did that Art Club Instagram site. So I'll show you how to do it.
Okie dokie. So what I said is we first of all need a sheet of, I've got half a sheet of A4 paper, thin paper, and another kind of colour of paper. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't actually matter if you go with another sheet of white. What the very first thing you're going to do is take something like a cotton reel, something a small circle, and your pencil, and you're going to draw around the centre with the pencil twice. So you do that once on there and once on here. On the white sheet, on the big sheet, it has to be in the middle. On this bit, you're just going to be cutting it out. So you go around like that and cut this shape out, okay? And you'll get a circle like that. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is make some petals. So we're working on something like this. So we've got three shades of colour here. Three colours. I've earlier gone through a magazine, got out some typeface on different colours in the magazine. It doesn't matter if you can't find different colours. I've actually got some different patterns as well, just of magazine pictures. But what we want to do is make three sizes of petals. So you take one of your colours, fold it again, and fold it again. So that's three folds, and you're going to just cut out the largest leaf petal. Sorry, the largest petal even. So you cut up a nice big petal shape, like a tiered shape, like that. Cut it. So that's, I'm going to have 8 because I folded 3 times. I'm going to have 8 of the yellows. I'm going to do the same with another colour. So let's say I go with the grey for a middle. So I fold it once, twice, 3 times. And I'm just going to cut my petal to the middle size now. So slightly smaller than the previous. 2, and then a small one. So I'm going to go with, let's take this orange here. Going to once, twice, 3 times. Doesn't really matter whether the type's that way or the type's that way. I don't really mind. This one's going to be small. So you're just going to make a little one that's going to go in the middle. Okay, so I've got 3 sizes. In fact, I've got some ready here that I did earlier. So the next thing you're going to do is take your glue. I've got the Pritt stick, you can use your PVA. You're going to put glue on that circle, like that, all around the circle. You're going to take your big petals, go around the edge, stick them all in, around like that. You're going to use the first colour. I think I can probably get about 7 on here. 4, 5, oh, I can actually only get 6 on. 6. Put more PVA on, over the top, just on the centre. And you're going to go with your second colours, mine's white here. And you're going to keep going around, putting it all, sticking just onto the centre. So you only need glue at the very centre of the petals there, the very tips of them. And you keep going round till you've done your second colour. And then you do it again over the top and put your third colour on. Okay, just making sure there's glue on the tips of those, and then get your third colour on. Okay, so I have actually, I'll show you one of those. So I've got a rim of colour, but I've actually done one earlier, which is here. So I've got my 3 colours on. With this one I've got dark orange, mid-orange and a greeny colour. Then what happens is you're going to put your circle you cut out earlier from your other colour paper, or your white paper, and you're going to stick that straight onto the centre, like that. Then you're going to find a word that goes right across the middle here. It can be anything if you want, or anything you can find, or a little sentence. I had on this one, I had beautiful garden, this one with April sun. Anyway, I found a word that I'm going to put on mine, which is gorgeous. I'm going to stick a little bit of glue on the back of that. And stick that right across the middle of my flower, like that. Now here comes the fun part. You'll need something soft to put underneath your picture. It could just be a tea towel, it could be a towel. And you're going to take, I've already threaded up my needle with, I don't know, good length of cotton, probably about 30 to 40 centimetres. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your needle in all the way around, so nice hard. You can probably put in, let's say at least probably 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got 12 in there. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn it over, take my pencil, and I'm going to number those dots. So it just helps when we start to sew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, I should have done it like a clock, done it all backwards. So take your needle and you start at the back and you go through your number 1 like that. Push through so it comes out at the front. Oh, start again. My knot wasn't quite big enough. Push through. I'm going to hold it so it comes up to about there. So what's going to happen now is I go through the hole that's next door, like that. Through. And you're going to come up at the next hole along. So I've come up through 2, there you can see. I need to go through 3. So come back that way, up through there, and then I'm going to go back to the hole that I just came through. So I go back through this one like that, pull it all the way through, make sure it's nice and tight. Then I go through the next hole I've got. So I've been through 3, I go through 4. And you go all the way around. And you keep on sewing until you come to the very end. So that's all that happens. You turn over, go find what the next number is, been through 4, go through 5. Make sure that the needle goes through all the pieces of paper. And keep on sewing. That's it. All the way around. And you'll end up, hopefully, picture like that. Once you've done that, please ask your mum or dad to send me a picture of what you've done, and I can put it on the Instagram site later on in the week. Try to get it to me by Thursday so I can launch all the pictures on Friday. That's it. Good luck. Okay, so I've shown you how to do the basic flower, but there are variations that you can do. So here, I cut out probably a jam jar lid size type paper, and I did sewing all the way around, but I actually, instead of sticking petals on like we did previously, I stuck on bits of thread, the embroidery thread, but you could use wool, black wool, and stick it in there, and then you can stick your paper on top. And all I did for this was literally draw on with a Sharpie the head and the antennae. The other example I've done is I've cut out a picture that I wanted to cut a tree, and I just did the sewing all the way around. That can take a long time, but if you think that you're a good sewer, you could end up doing that. So what I would do is cut out my picture, stick it down, and then go around with the needle all the way around, turn it over and number before you start threading up. The last one I did was I did a sun, and I mounted it onto a magazine page before I mounted it onto the piece of paper in the background. And the same kind of thing, but as the petals, but I just did rays of sunshine rays coming out of the sun and stuck it down. So that's the 3 examples. Good luck.